Next, we are looking at the binomial probability formula. And you'll notice that the formula has a lot of exclamation points. So the exclamation point stands for a factorial. And if you press the math button on your calculator and go over to PRB, which stands for probability, then you'll see that command. So what a factorial does is it takes that number and multiplies it by every whole number that's less than it. So 4 factorial is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 24. 5 factorial would be 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 120. In a binomial experiment, the probability of exactly x successes in n trials is n factorial over n minus x factorial times x factorial, and then that fraction is multiplied by p raised to the x and q raised to the n minus x. So it's a very complicated formula. Let's look at the question. A certain surgical procedure has a 90% chance of success. A doctor performs the procedure on 3 patients. The random variable represents the number of successful surgeries. So n is equal to 3, p is equal to 0.9, q is equal to 1 minus 0.9, which is 0.1. Find the probability of the surgery being successful on exactly 1 patient. So because it says exactly 1, this means that x is equal to 1. And if we plug in all of that information into the formula, this is what we get. So I want to type that formula in on the calculator, and I want to show where the factorial button is. So if you press Math and then go over to PRB, the factorial key is the 4th one. So I want to type 3 factorial in parentheses over 2 factorial times 1 factorial, which is also in parentheses. So I always put a parentheses around both my numerator and my denominator. And then I'm multiplying by 0.90 raised to the 1 and 0.10 raised to the 2. And this is equal to 0.027. So my final answer is 0.027.